Okay, g'day again. Right, I'm gonna just make a very quick video on the CVs on the dry shafts. I looked up on YouTube. There is a couple videos. Most of them are putting new ones in it, and they tell you not to pull these apart. And there's a reason for that, because they're a little bit complicated. However, there's another one showed you how to put it together, but you left out a very important detail, and I was confused quite a while, and I put it together and then it wouldn't move. It just kept jamming up, and then I realised what it was, and I'll show you. Okay. Now, you got to do, the first thing to do, you got to realise which way it came apart. So this is where the clip was. The other one, that's the line from that washer. That washer is a concave washer, and it goes upwards on the shaft, which I'll show you in a minute. So that's the line from that washer. So I know that's the back. This is also the back. This goes against that rubber boot. So, but the very confusing thing is that if you look at this, you'll see two holes fairly close together with a narrow bridge. Then next to it is a wider bridge. Now when you look at this, you've got the same thing here. You've got a wide bridge here, narrow bridge here. Wide, narrow, wide, narrow. Yeah. This is where the issue I was having is that I was looking at it and I was matching up the two narrow bridges on the inner collar and the outer collar. And that's why it was jamming up. It doesn't go that way. It goes, the narrow on the inner goes with the wide on the outer. And yeah, this is what you do. You just pull it up and you line up the hole in the inner one. Push the ball in. Right, as I said, there's a narrow bridge and a wide bridge on the outside. If you find it binding, jamming up, don't force it. Yeah, if you've got to pull it apart, just keep jiggle it, it will. I just dropped one out the bottom. Yeah. And yeah, it will free eventually. If you go forcing it, you'll do damage to it. So okay, let's get the other one in. And there's sort of fiddly things. And you'll see this is, I can't get this to go in there. You know why that is? It's because I'm making a video. You know, start again. Try it from the other side. So it's sort of jamming that little bit, and just keep maneuvering it around until it frees up. Now come on, don't do this to me while I'm making a video. Jeez, what are you doing? See, it's just come free again. Okay, I'll turn it the other way. There we go. As I said, it'll sort of jam. You just keep moving around, jiggle it, jiggle, 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 slide it. So it wants to pop up this side, so that's fine. We'll put it in this side. Okay, and there you go. I don't know how much of that you missed out on because I was looking at the job, not the camera. But yeah, you'll see it can, rotate. It's a little bit sticky because there's no grease in there yet. But yeah, when you see wide bridge, narrow bridge, wide bridge. And that was the issue I had before, because that sort of doesn't go the way you would think it will go. Anyway, I've got that back together, so I'll grease that up now and fit it in. Take this out of the stand, I'll put it in this holder. Take it off. You can see I've got one shaft in, and so the angle of that, that's probably, well, I know it is, it's very close to the maximum. I had that, as I mentioned in that previous videos, I took it down to where it was binding, and then I brought it up a ½ inch, and that's where I set my suspension at. So, but yeah, so that's maximum. These are actually designed to be, fairly straight, and they move a little bit either way. But it's the way it is. It's the way I get my lift, and of course, that the CVs will wear out quicker than the standard one. That's just a consequence of doing this. And I won't be doing any more 3,000k trips in it. Yeah, this is a short distance vehicle now. The other thing I wanted to show you, I should have prepared this earlier. Okay, what have I done with the piece? How annoying. Okay, I made up another jig for the suspension. I put it together and I measured it. There was an 1.5 inch difference in the height, which caused by a 3mm difference. This side here, there was about a 3mm difference where the rest is on the spring plate. And so obviously the piece that I made and showed you before wasn't accurate enough. And I made a new piece, a new jig, which I'm currently looking for, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to find it, so I'll show you that next video. I'll dig it up. And the other issue I had was I've got two different handbrake cables. They got a slightly different fitting just here. The other one's about ½ inch longer. The other one was okay. It was sort of just reaching. This one wouldn't reach. It wouldn't reach the rest in the pipe, and it was yeah, too short up here to be able to bowl up properly. So what I've had to do, and you can see it, anyway, I'll see it. What I've done is I've drilled a big hole through the shocking mount, and I've run it through the shocking mount instead of underneath it and around it, and that's given me just enough length now to for the cables to reach. The cables that come with this rear end, which are off a fastback. One of them was busted anyway, but they were about 10 inches longer, so they weren't going to work either. So yeah, so whilst I had it all apart, I cut the holes and I run the cables through the shocking mounts, and we've fixed that problem. We've also had to get a new brake line made up. This one I tried to manoeuvre that around into a different spot at brake. So yeah, it's another new piece that went on. And disappointed I can't find this jig. I wanted to show you a better system for setting up the spring plate rest. Anyway, well, now we've got a brake. Do the brakes again. I'll bleed it. I got to adjust, as I mentioned before. I got to jack it up now and just adjust each cable separately until both wheels are locking the same amount. And I just bought a new one of these because I stepped on the old one and broke it. So this is an oil syringe. And what I'd previously had this for was for measuring fork oil for motorcycles. But this is my brake bleeder. Yeah. Because you open both your bleeders and take the bleeders right out, wrap a little bit of grease around the thread, and that will stop it drawing air in when you use the syringe. So, but yeah, fill your reservoir up, pump it a few times till you get a little bit of seepage coming out till it's sort of fairly full. And then, yeah, close one off, and with the other one, just put the syringe on it and just draw it through until you get fluid with no air bubbles, and it's bled. It's the easiest thing I've ever done. As far as brakes are going, you can do it by yourself, no issues, very quick. It's especially good on motorcycles, because motorcycles, it's probably due to low volume of the master cylinder, but it can be really difficult to bleed motorcycle brakes and clutches, and this works a treat. Anyway, I will do a whole separate video on that soon. Anyway, yep, that's what we're up to. We've put new seals in the gearbox in both shafts and the main drive shaft. And yeah, hopefully tonight, or no, probably won't be tonight. I'll get the shafts on, I'll get the engine back in, and tomorrow we'll be dropping the body back on. Okay, thanks for watching, listening to my ramblings. So, hope it's helpful to somebody. Okay, bye.